SLA, the customer is entitled to compensation. Penalties include service credits, which can be used for future services, or refunds. It is imperative to read and understand the SLA's liabilities and penalties, including the exclusions and limitations, before signing the agreement. 6. Termination clauses. Termination clauses should be clearly defined to protect both the customer and provider. They should provide a mechanism for terminating the agreement, including the causes for our termination, the notice period, and the penalties for early termination. When considering a cloud computing SLA, it is important to assess and evaluate the business requirements to ensure that the agreement caters to the specific needs of the business. It is also crucial to understand how the SLA aligns with the business's objectives, goals, and strategies. In addition, it is essential to consider the reputation, experience, and track record of the cloud provider. A provider with a solid reputation and experience in the industry is likely to offer a better SLA and deliver an appropriate level of service. Regularly reviewing and monitoring the SLA is also essential to ensure that the provider continues to deliver the agreed upon level of service. If any changes need to be made to the agreement, it should be done through mutual agreement and with due consideration of the customer's needs. In addition, it is important to keep in mind that a cloud computing SLA is not a one-size-fits-all solution. SLAs should be tailored to the specific needs of the business to ensure that the services provided are aligned with the business goals and strategies. One key aspect to consider when reviewing a cloud computing SLA is the scope of the service provided. This includes not only the functional aspects of the service but also the technical aspects, such as security, data backup, and storage. Another important area to consider when reviewing a cloud computing SLA is the issue of downtime. While most cloud providers offer uptime guarantees, it is important to understand what constitutes downtime and what the provider's responsibility is in the event of service interruptions. The performance metrics defined in a cloud computing SLA are also a critical consideration when assessing the quality and reliability of the service. These metrics should be relevant to the business needs and objectives and should be easily measurable and trackable. For example, response time, network latency, and throughput are common performance metrics that can be used to assess the quality and reliability of cloud services. Support SLAs are another area to consider when reviewing a cloud computing SLA. It is important to understand the provider's response time and resolution time for queries and incidents, as well as escalation process for unresolved issues. A clear understanding of these support SLAs can help businesses to manage service interruptions and ensure that they are resolved in a timely and effective manner. Liabilities and penalties are also important considerations when reviewing a cloud computing SLA. It is important to understand the penalties and compensation available in the event of service interruptions or breaches of the SLA. This can include service credits or refunds, and can be a key consideration for businesses that rely heavily on cloud services to support their operations. Finally, termination clauses should be carefully reviewed to ensure that both parties are protected in the event of early termination. This includes understanding the reasons for termination, the notice period required, and any penalties or compensation available in the event of early termination. Moreover, businesses should keep in mind that SLAs are not static documents and may need to be updated or revised over time. As business needs change, the SLA should reflect those changes to remain relevant and effective. When choosing a cloud provider, businesses should carefully review the SLA to ensure that it is appropriate for their needs. It is important to choose a provider with a solid reputation and track record.